Oops. Whoops. Hey everybody, working out the bugs here. Yeah, it's because it's because I have I set up this stream using open broadcasting software, and it created the stream, I guess, but then it wouldn't let me start it, and so I clicked it again, and then I clicked it again, and so now there are 3. I'll have to just remove the other ones, I guess. Anyway, this is the one, obviously, because I'm here talking on it. But it's good. I started a bit early just because I wanted to kind of make sure the settings are okay. I got some music playing in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. It's pretty low right now, but let me know if it's obnoxious. I got my Game Boy here. Okay, so where are we today? I've got a bunch of stuff that I have sort of sketched. And I guess I'll start with this one. Hang on, let me tweet about this. Oh shoot, I just realized that the link I'm using is probably the wrong link now. Whoops, let's see. Let me just send myself this link. Hi everybody, I'm here. I'm just shooting at some links here. The background music is the soundtrack from Macross Plus, the original soundtrack. Is it too loud? Okay. Okay, I think I'm good. Let's go. Let's do this. So I've got, yeah, I've got like 4 different roughs here. I think I'll start with this one just to get warmed up. I'm using like actual broadcasting software this time, so I can kind of move my camera around a little bit. Hey, the Vasic. Yeah, I put some music on because sometimes I space out while I'm drawing and I forget to talk, and that's probably boring for you guys. Though I know everyone's kind of doing their own thing. I know when I'm watching streams like this, I'm usually working or absorbed in something else, and I just kind of look up every once in a while. I am thinking about this is not my original Game Boy. This is one I found at a shop the other day that I picked up because I had one and then I don't know what I did with it. I lost it and I always regretted it. So I been meaning to find another one. And this one's a little bit. It's actually in pretty good shape. It's missing the little connector cover, and it's a little bit scuffed. But I think I'm gonna take it apart and give it a good clean. I may do the UV light bath to brighten up the plastic. Which I don't know if you've ever seen that, but when I first saw that was a possibility, I got really excited because I can't tell you the number of times as a kid, like I had beloved toys turn yellow, and I just thought, oh, there's nothing you can do about this. But there is. You can bathe them in UV light with what you call it, isopropyl alcohol, and it brightens it right back up again like new. So I decided to do a bunch of drawings today featuring kind of other characters and different sort of world building things. This is the young girl who's was featured in issue 2 of DEATH TRANSIT TANAGER, and she's been wearing all this mountain climbing gear, and I've like never really seen her mountain climbing, so I wanted to do something that you know, represented that. Again, this will be in the sketchbook with everything else. All these pieces of art will be in that sketchbook that comes with the comic. Night Valian. Hey, how's it going? Valian or Valian? I'm going to go with Valian. Night Vale. Is Night Vale a... a D&D podcast. Is that right? Once in a while I pick up one of these pens and realize it's kind of like dried out, and then for some reason I don't throw it away. I just put it back in my bag, and so next time I go in there, I'm confused all over again. Scott Hepburn! How's it going, dude? How have you been? My musical taste has not evolved in the last 20 years. I still listen to all the same basic thing. I think that's just what happens when you get old. You just double down on all the stuff you liked when you were in your late teens, early 20s. I miss you, Scott. I think about you every time I eat M&Ms. Which actually is not that often, but I think about you more often than I eat M&Ms. Drawing a mountain climbing girl here. I'm gonna do wash on this, but I actually think I'll do more black spotting here because I think she's wearing like a black suit. David Brothers, how's it going, dude? Thank you for all the support. I'm a big, been a big fan of yours for a long time. Just to read all of your articles. I kind of like missed you at Image. I think you were like on your way out just when we were getting in there doing stuff. I used to mod the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I can, like, I know you can get a backlit screen for these things, and I just, I don't want to, I don't play it that often. I just kind of want a nice one to sit here for me to look at because I love the design. I love old Nintendo designs. Oh, look, there's no game in it right now, but I've got a bunch of games up here. Let's see what I got here on the shelf. Got, obviously, Tetris. Metroid. That's appropriate. And Pokemon Blue, which I bought off the shelf in, what was that, 1994? 95, I can't remember. And I've got a, what's this here? I've got a Game Boy Pocket. This was very convenient, actually. This is the one I originally bought also. I think I bought this when I bought Pokemon. It's still in really good shape. But it doesn't look as cool as this old clunker. Still love this thing. Yeah, it was a bummer, but anyway, I'm glad you're super active online. I can still see what you're up to. Oh, okay. I gotta check that out. The Analog Pocket. I guess these things come preloaded with a bunch of games and stuff. Like, I've got all my old games from when I originally had the Game Boy. But it actually, like the last time a few years ago, I tried to I tried to play through a bunch of something, and I think it actually fucked up my eyes. Like like they're already, like my prescription's not that strong, but it's bad enough that, like, oh, someone's trying to call me now. It's bad enough that I can't be staring at this monochrome screen for too long. I have to look at, hang on a second, guys. My son is trying to call me about something. Oops. And it's probably not an emergency, but I have to do due diligence here. I am drawing over like super light pencils. Like I did, like, I did some like pre-roughs on the iPad, and then I just printed them out super light on this paper. They're really sketchy. Like you can barely see what's happening here, but it's enough for me to ink from, because most of the fun part for me is just inking it anyway. Like a lot of the drawing happens while I'm inking it. I don't know if I'm, like, I've been buying all these old, I don't know if it's like midlife crisis, like nostalgia stuff, or if it's just like kind of design appreciation, but I've been buying all these old, like I just bought like a Japanese Super Famicom system just because I always loved the way it looked, and the one we had here in North America was kind of ugly. I mean, it's beautiful to me because I because I spent so much time with it, but the kind of boxy gray and purple was, I don't know, like the European Famicom and the or Super Nintendo and the Japanese Famicom were just so cool that I got one in Japan, and Andy and I just play it in the studio all the time. I got a bunch of Japanese games, so we've like worked our way through Mario World and what else? Turtles in Time. That Capcom X-Men game. Actually, a lot of these sketches, these drawings I'm doing for the Kickstarter campaign they're fun for me to do, but they actually serve in a way as world building research, because like when I'm making the comic, I'm just kind of I'm working from my script and I'm making stuff up as I go, but when I have to do these drawings, I'm making up new stuff that will ultimately kind of round out the universe, and it's stuff that I can go back to and put in the books. Like I've already done a few things that I think are kind of fun ideas that only exist because I had to sit down and make something up. Yeah, they are you doing Gundam models? Because like that gray and pastel purple is yeah, it's totally, I think it influenced my a lot of my tastes, just because I spent so much time with that gray and purple SNES. I didn't even know at the time that there was another another version of that system, or that like in Europe they got the kind of more rounded Japanese model. I've got all these unfinished Gundam models here, but I've got this Evangelion model that I haven't done. Where is it? I'll drag that down here too. If you'll excuse it's got dust on it. I'm so ashamed. I've got the Asuka. How much of this have I done? I don't even know. Here we go. I've gotten most of the way through the body and legs and have not done her arms yet. And then I was gonna paint it, but I think instead I'm gonna hit it with like a flat matte spray, which I did with the Shinji, the 01 model. And it looks pretty good. Like those kits are so good that you don't actually really need to paint them, because the plastic is sort of inherently nicer than on a lot of the other kits. And if you just spray it with like a nice matte top coat, they look pretty nice. The Bandai Any kits are amazing. Oh, 3 perfect grade. Yeah, I don't have any of those. I've got some cool master grade stuff. The matte seems to like it goes really nicely with the EVA stuff. That other one I finished. It's at the studio though. Otherwise, I'd drag it out here and show it to you. And I've got like a bunch of Macross kits that I haven't done yet because I'm too afraid to. I've not done very much with his YouTube channel at all. I kind of just put it up there to post stuff for people subscribe to my website, but it's actually kind of convenient to have for this sort of thing. Smushy Penguin, hello. Popping in to say hi. Hi. Oh, you grabbed one of the space. I'm glad. I like that one a lot. It was the last one to go for which I thought was surprising because it was, I think, my favorite one. Thanks for stopping by. I gotta tell you guys a shameful admission, which is that I have never finished watching Cowboy Bebop. For some reason, I zone out like a third of the way into that thing, and I never finished it. I probably should, right? I only thought of it because it's a Yoko Kanno score, and she did this Macross Plus soundtrack, which is one of my favorite things. Oh, do you remember love? It's my, oh man. Don't get me started. I have to show you my, behind me there's a, I can't point the camera at it, but there's a giant, like glass case of Macross stuff. That's like, Macross is like the only thing like I think I'm actually like a genuine fan of. Like, I mean, I love a lot of things, but Macross is it was so formative. It's the only thing like I will still, you know, like go out of my way to collect stuff from. Like, I'll just buy anything I can find. I was actually I'm like following I'm like a Facebook group of people who are just like buying and selling Macross stuff, and like I was eyeballing like a vinyl Minmay album the other day. I'm like, what the fuck what am I gonna do with this? I do have this here though. Look at this great thing. It's a it's the Macross Perfect Memory Book, which is full of amazing. Not only is it full of amazing art and stuff, but it actually has a lot of like visual design, like pre-production stuff that I had never seen before, including like really early like a lot of this stuff was in Robotech Art 1, but there's some really early character design stuff in here. This is still one of my favorite images ever. I know I've stopped drawing, I'm sorry. But, you know, you got me on the Macross now, so I had to... Oh, here, look at this. Early Hikaru designs. It's like, this is what he was going to look like. Early color schemes. Look at this. Look at this. Like Lisa's wearing red here. What the hell? Look at these. Recommended. When I was a kid, I was just always on the hunt for anything Robotech Macross related. I also got this. I've got this sweet book also. This isn't all Macross, but it's full of like other like, oh look at that, come on. Like Gunbuster stuff and Orgus. Gunbuster. I rewatched Gunbuster like a year or two ago. It's fucking awesome. It's so good. The ending of that show still kind of haunts me. It probably influences a lot of stuff I write. Okay, that's enough. Well, I don't know a lot about Gundam, Dave. Like, I mean, I haven't watched a ton of Gundam. I love the design of it. I love giant Gundam robots. I just couldn't tell you anything about the actual lore. Like, I've seen a bunch of the original series, and I know there's really good stuff out there. I just haven't gotten deep into it. Oh yeah, I bought Katsuya. Oh, that might be here. That's here too. This was an indulgence from a couple years ago. This is Terada's sketchbook, which is just super inspiring. David, we're on the same wavelength here. Hey, Neil. I have a giant. Oh, I picked up. What the hell is it? I've got a big like a Gundam like art book that I bought in Japan. I went to like a Gundam show. I took my son there, and I bought. The only thing I bought was this big art. Where is it? It's got to be here. It's huge. Oops. I'm so distracted now. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Look at this awesome thing. It's all storyboards. Yeah, this stuff's awesome too. This is all OG Gundam storyboards. I feel like kind of a poser for not knowing shit about Gundam, but I can still love it, right? I love your work in Gotham Academy. Thanks, man. Yeah, Rakugaking was. I don't have it, but a friend of mine bought it and showed it to me like way back, and I remember it kind of blowing me away. Curated by Hideaki Anno. Yeah, so great. Ghost and Shell standalone complex. No, I would love to. Maybe I'll next. Actually, I drew one of these. I did a mech here, which I think I'll draw next, just because we're on the mech train now. This one is. I'm almost finished the line art, and then I'll put some tones and wash on it and stuff. And then we'll move on. Yeah, basically like Macross and ElfQuest, I will not shut up about. I think Rakugaking, my friend, I think we were at Kinokuniya in New York, and that's where he picked it up, I think. Now, my new dream is to next time I go to New York, I want to go to, apparently the Columbia University has like all of Wendy Pini's ElfQuest pages originally, like donated all of them to the university. There's just stacks of art from like black and white art from original ElfQuest, and so next time I go, I'm making a pilgrimage. Yeah, I'd love to see the Jeff Smith collection too. I was looking through, like, every once in a while I just go through like the black and white Warp Graphics ElfQuest comics, and I'm just amazed. I'm just astounded at how, like, that work is so accomplished, and she was pretty young. Like, she was quite young, and there were some of her earlier comics, and the line art and textures and storytelling and page design still some of the best ever done, I think. Also, what I appreciate a lot now, looking back on it as someone who's been doing this for a bunch of years, is her balance of like image to text. Like there's a lot, it's still very kind of narrative text heavy, like with like thought, word thought bubbles, and so like it still feels like like older comics, like comics from the 70s, which I guess it was, but it doesn't feel dated. Like, it feels like a perfect balance of content. Like, you don't feel overwhelmed by the text, but you're also not, it's not so like I guess it's not really postmodern, but it's not modern in that it eschews all of these sort of devices like the thought balloons and heavy narration. Like she could easily let the artwork speak for itself, but there's just enough kind of character flavor and text and exposition. Like it's very, very elegant, and it's a real masterclass in comic page design and storytelling, I think. And I think underappreciated in that regard. Like no one, I don't think she gets the props she deserves. Okay, this line art is done. I'm just gonna go in here with some black. Did my playlist end? Hang on. Oh. This could totally be Final Fantasy music. Hey, Scott, thank you. Okay, I think this is drawn. Just gotta add some wash to it.
For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test.
Yeah, I put on, decided to put on a little bit of mute, because I know I kind of clam up every once in a while. All right. If you had to give Tanager a soundtrack, what are some artists you'd want on there? Well, probably. Actually, I have playlists that I make for myself when I'm walking around trying to come up with story stuff. What's on there? There was a bunch of there's a bunch of stuff from the soundtrack to Beyond the Black Rainbow, I think it's on there, like the Panos Cosmatos film. There was, what else was on there? Actually, I could probably just look. Uh-oh. Just got an error, YouTube is not responding message. Is this stream stopped? Let's see. Is the stream screwing up, guys? I just got a message from YouTube saying it was kind of, it might be choppy. Still here. Okay, good. Thanks. I can't find the playlist now. I don't know, but it's a lot of like, okay, my hand is now in front of the art doing stuff. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of like freezing, stuttering problems. I'm not sure what's happening. OBS had to restart for once or twice there. I don't know. I'm just gonna ignore it for now. Yeah, probably the music's not helping. Okay, I think this is done. Like if I do anything else to this, I'm just gonna overwork it. So let's call this one finished. So I don't know if you can see it. There it is. It's kind of fun. I'm gonna move on now to, I guess I'll do this mech. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, let's move on. Put this off to the side. All right. I don't know what this is going to look like. Hey, by the way, everyone, I'm going to Heroes Con in Charlotte this month. And actually, not that long from now. I think it's like the 14th to the 16th. So, if any of you guys are going to be there, let me know. Yeah, Heroes is. I've only done it once, and it was last year, and I feel like it's the best. Definitely the best comics show. It's all comics. Comics guests, comics content. No bullshit. And the people were super nice, and the food is great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back. I don't know if I'm going to go to New York again this year. That was expensive and a real, like a super zoo. Like, it was great meeting people and stuff, but it was exhausting. Plus I was there with my whole family, so it was hard to focus on any one thing. I am, James, I'm here drawing, but I'm mostly thinking about playing Valheim. That's all I really want to be doing right now. Yeah, Baltimore. Is Baltimore the... Wait, there's one called Terrificon also. That apparently is real good. Is that the Baltimore one, or is Baltimore just Baltimore Comic-Con? I don't know. Anyway, when I was at Heroes, people talked a lot about Baltimore and Terrificon. Maybe it's in Connecticut or something. I can't remember where it is. But yeah, apparently real good. Yeah, Valheim is yeah, early access, but it's been around for a while. Like I first heard about it because some people were playing it during the pandemic and were super addicted to it, and I thought I'm not gonna touch it because I didn't have the time, and I just started playing it like I don't know, a few months ago now. It's really really good. It's like a Viking survival game, but I think it's like it's done better than any survival game I've played up till now. Like it's very, very fair, very logically laid out in terms of its, you know, world rules and mechanics. Yeah, New York was a wash, Scott, in terms of like making money back, especially when like I had the whole family in tow. Valheim is definitely soloable. Like you can, like Valheim has a, like there's a quest, like there's some like a bunch of bosses like you're supposed to eventually take on, but like I largely ignore most of that and just like build cool stuff. It's got a really great building. It's kind of clunky, but you can build some really cool stuff. And once you start that, you'll never want to stop. And then you find yourself on YouTube looking up plans for your like Valheim houses. But I started solo, and then now I kind of like play with some friends. Like you can like just hop into each other's servers and like, you know, run around together. I think we need a new soundtrack. I've just bought a bunch of stuff. Like I bought my copy of Enter to the Vile. I've installed it, but I haven't started playing it yet. I played the demo at the studio, like in various different iterations. YouTube is giving me problems. Hey Jay, oh, coming back from Japan. You still made it to this stream. You're a trooper. You must be sorry to be leaving. I remember leaving Japan and we were all very sad. Yeah, I don't know what vibe this is. Like, it's kind of like I started with sort of like this sort of like heavy neck kind of thing, and then I'm just sort of making this up. It's kind of like a heavy armor, super heavy armor version of Tanager's armor. Like this front part is kind of similar. Japanese customs being I probably have to mess with some, next time I do this, mess with some YouTube settings, because I think I'm eating a ton of bandwidth. The Kickstarter's doing really well. It's funny. Every time I do updates to keep people like informed of stuff, and every time I do an update, for some reason, it always triggers like some people to drop out. So like you can see the backing numbers kind of just go down as not significantly, but it's clearly like, I think it's just like people who backed on a whim, and then so I do an update and they're just kind of reminded that they're like, oh, yeah, I didn't really need this. So every update's like an excuse to leave. But what are you gonna do? I'll do an update later today, like once all these are done and scanned. I'll put them up for sale on the Kickstarter and do another page update. But I did, I have ordered the all the enamel pins, and those look like they're going to be pretty cool. Buddy's Pizza, I've never had it. Is that a Detroit thing? I lived across the river from Detroit in Windsor for a year. I've never had Buddy's Pizza. Oh, it's square. Okay. The only, okay, so the only, like, Chicago pizza I've really ever had, or my only real Chicago pizza experience is what's it called? Is it Giordano's? There's the one that was near the convention center when I used to go to the Chicago Comic Con. Now, is that like a legit depiction of Chicago pizza, or is that some kind of bullshit version that I just don't know any better? That's what that's what I suspected. I figured it was some kind of dopey tourist thing. This music brings back some memories. This music. This is Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 2 in the US. It's man, it's like it's somewhere. It resides somewhere deep in my soul. Dragon Quest was like the only my only real Dragon Quest was Dragon Warrior 1 on Nintendo. I just never played much of the other stuff. Though I was eyeballing the recent game on the Switch. Was it on the Switch? I think it was on something else. I should probably use some kind of circle template for this, but I'm not gonna. Mostly because I don't know where they are. I have circle template somewhere. Hey Jay, did you come here from the link I sent out in the Kickstarter email, or did anyone for that matter? Because when I was trying to figure out the broadcasting software stuff, I felt like I screwed up and created like several different streams, and I thought it was possible that that link was not even valid anymore. So if it worked. If that email link worked, then let me know. Then I can stop worrying about it. Oh, so you followed the link and it didn't work. It didn't work, and you had to search YouTube for my name. That's not good. Well, I'm glad you figured it out, but it does not bode well for anyone who doesn't know how to navigate. Then again, who doesn't know how to navigate YouTube? Hey, Chris, how you doing? I think this is a I don't know what function this mech serves, but it looks like kind of like a giant battle suit. I think once I wrap this one up, I'll end the stream and then go do some stuff, and then I got a third one I got to do. I'll probably do it off camera. Man, I remember when Final Fantasy VIII was coming out, I was freaking out. All right. It's kind of fun. I love the way you draw animals. Thank you. No, I didn't really do any zoo trips. I used to just draw animals a lot, like all the time when I was younger. And then when I started doing The Abominable Charles Christopher, the webcomic. I didn't really intend to draw a strip comic about animals; it just kind of happened, and I think it's just what my brain wanted to draw. And then when I started working on Isola, it was just sort of a natural progression from doing I had done mostly superhero comics professionally, and but I really loved drawing animals, so it was sort of like a marriage of those two things. And no, I mean, I looked at a lot of pictures of tigers, but I find that when I'm drawing an animal for the first time, I'll reference it, and then after that I kind of don't reference it again, because especially for the webcomic, because then it's sort of when it takes on, you're kind of drawing it from memory, and then it starts to take on more character. Like, you're not just drawing a tiger anymore, or a bear or whatever. You're drawing a character. Like, I think that's when it begins to anthropomorphize a little bit, kind of subconsciously, and becomes a little more interesting. Ink wash, and then we're done. think I'm actually going to give this a kind of a blacker background. Continue with this sort of like gray shading, but I think I'm going to go in with a darker black. I did a cockpit. I haven't. She's. There's a scene in actually the beginning and end of issue 1 where she is in the cockpit, and I did a piece of art for the first campaign where she's actually piloting in the cockpit. But I have more of that stuff in mind. Like there's a bunch of that stuff I want to